we're live.
Fire retardant drops starting.
In the skies above the wildfires, firefighting aircraft diving again and again.
First and foremost, the moment you find a safe place, file an insurance claim for your damaged property immediately.
If you don't have coverage, please call us at 1-800-927-4357. We can help you find additional solutions.
Dealing with insurance companies is going to be a long and at times very tedious process. This is a business transaction. This is not going to be a warm, cozy interaction.
So the first step, obviously, is filing the claim, making sure that you have a claim number, and making sure you actually have the claim adjuster assigned within 24 to 48 hours. A second step is part of certifying your house as a total loss. Some of the insurance companies now are able to use like Google Analytics and using, there's the satellites to determine total losses. But I'm still a humongous believer of taking pictures. Here's a picture of my home. It's gone. I need this certified as a total loss.
Before you clean up any damage or start sweeping away, I want you to take pictures of everything that you have on the scene. Make sure that you have images to back up your claim.
United Policyholder says documenting the inside and outside of your home now before a fire is key, as well as after for insurance claims.
Understand that it's going to take months and months, and in some cases years, to get the entire claim paid out. So you have to be patient and diligent.
There's no rhyme or reason on who they pay and give an advance payment to and who doesn't, other than the people that document their stuff better generally get those advance payments and get them quicker.
When you speak to your insurance adjuster, I want you to take down their name. I want you to take down their information, email addresses if possible, any sort of contact information. Note the date, the time. Start a diary with every single phone call, all the correspondences with your insurance company. When you're finished with your phone calls with the insurance adjusters, keep a paper trail of all your correspondences with the insurance company, and you treat this as if you are dealing with a business transaction. Take pictures of all your receipts for your temporary housing. That's hotel costs, any costs that you incur as you are displaced. Also with inventory, if you can find pictures in your phone or have pictures in your phone of your home before the damage was done, they are going to want to do an extensive inventory of what was lost.
Before anything happens, take your cell phone, take a video tour of your home and document what you have, so it will help ensure that you can get it back if you lose it.
Any small thing to big things in your home. It's a very tedious process. It is very hard to deal with that as you are also dealing with the loss of your property and your home. The insurance company wants to clear claims from their desks, so they are going to try to give you an offer to clear the claim. Do not accept it if you don't think that it matches the value of the property lost.
Been here for about an hour and a half, and I don't want to leave.
Finding a home when you've lost your home. There are lots of ways to do this. Obviously, short-term options and long-term options. If you are looking to rent a home at first, don't negate the fact that you can work with a realtor. I have placed many people myself, renters myself. Realtors obviously have their finger on the pulse of homes that are available and vacant. There is something that is really important, and I want to make sure that it's clear. Price gouging is illegal, especially during times like these.
The LA Times reports landlords are expected to raise rent significantly across the region, especially near Pacific Palisades and Altadena.
If you are experiencing a hotel or even a landlord who is raising their rents based on the demand, that is illegal.
State price gouging rules state that most landlords cannot raise rents by more than 10% in areas where the state of emergency was declared.
Consider working with a realtor at that point or a real estate professional at that point who can represent your best interest, who can help you with this scenario. That's the best way to make sure that your best interests are represented in a transaction.
I appreciate that property taxes are not high on the list of things to worry about right now, as so many are focused on housing and safety, but financial issues will soon become a major issue for the victims of the fires.
If you're a homeowner and you are concerned about your property taxes, we do have tax bills coming up right now. Go to the LA County Assessor website. Jeff Prang is our LA County Assessor.
Under California law, if your property, your home, or your business has been damaged or destroyed, you may qualify for property tax relief under the Misfortune and Calamity Program.
If you have damage to your home over $10,000, you could qualify to have your home value reassessed, and that would in turn bring your property tax bill down.
We're going to reduce your assessment and your property taxes for damaged or destroyed property. If your home was completely burned to the ground, we're going to value the home at zero.
Roughly 2/3 of the assessed value of these properties is the land and not the structure, which means all of those properties in the Pacific Palisades, for example, or Malibu, they're still going to be taxed at a very, very high level.
You do need to file for property tax relief within 12 months.
Here are the key details. To qualify, the damage needs to exceed $10,000, and you must file a claim within 12 months. Once filed, we will investigate and verify the claim, determine the cost to cure, and then reduce the assessed value effective the date of the damage occurred. The reduction remains in place until the property is repaired, rebuilt, or undergoes a change in ownership.
If your house is destroyed, if you rebuild, do you still get the Prop 13 protections? Here's what Prang said.
You will still have your pre-damage Prop 13 protection. So your tax base will be restored to what it was before the fire. And you can build up to 120% of what was there before without reassessment.
But also you can do 20% more in the form of upgrades, let's say some wood floors or something like that. So as long as you don't go over 20% beyond the previous assessed value, your property taxes aren't going to change.
Guiding many through the hardest moments of their lives, starting with what to do about your mortgage.
Mortgage relief is a little bit of a trickier situation. Every lender is different.
A number of viewers have been asking me, do I still have to pay my mortgage if my house burns down? And I got bad news for you. Yes, you do.
You are unfortunately still on the hook for the full amount and will need to pay that off. But I would check with your lender. Perhaps you can get a forbearance, which would essentially pause your mortgage payments or allow you to make smaller mortgage payments.
I had a total loss. Can I do a forbearance? And in the perfect world, what they'll say is absolutely. And they'll give you 3 months at a time.
Contact them if you're in this situation and work out some schedule whereby you can defer payments for hopefully months, if not years.
What I would do is reach out to your lender, let them know the situation, ask them, is there any sort of mortgage relief?
The Palisades fire, starting on day one of all this, now expanding in other directions. Some homes here already burning. Those active flames we've been watching since the first day of this fire, now here in Brentwood.
If you live in Los Angeles County and you have been impacted by this disaster, you can register for FEMA assistance. You can go to disasterassistance.gov. That's the best way to get into our system and start that process. You should also contact your insurance company because we will need that information as well as we start to work with you on your claim.
FEMA has once again come to the County of Los Angeles. Last year with the Palos Verdes landslides, and here we are again with the wildfires. So the Federal Emergency Management Agency, which is a government agency that comes in times of disaster, natural disaster, and provides financial assistance to those who have been affected by these disasters.
Some of the things that you're going to be eligible for: if you incurred costs for temporary lodging as you evacuated, if you're going to need longer term lodging because you're displaced from your home for a period of time, if you need repairs to your home, we have some financial assistance that can help there. If you lost other things like a vehicle, we have some financial assistance.
FEMA has been given a significant amount of funding, billions of dollars, to help offset the financial cost.
Does FEMA have the funding it needs in the proper bucket to be able to help the people in Southern California?
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, because of the bipartisan support of Congress and the supplemental, we got an additional $27 billion. And so we have the funding to continue the recovery from Helene and Milton, as well as this response and the initial recovery efforts to get us through this year.
How do you get access to that financial relief? You have to register with FEMA. That's an easy thing to do. It just takes time and a computer and access to the internet. So please take advantage of all these programs. It just takes a little bit of organization and knowing that they are out there.
According to FEMA, 40,000 people have applied for assistance so far, and many GoFundMe accounts are also raising money for victims.
But there is a warning. The government regulations prevent FEMA from providing financial assistance to replace items that have already been paid for by another source. These sources can include insurance payouts, GoFundMe and other platforms, and money received from nonprofit organizations. We encourage you to carefully consider how you describe your needs when creating a GoFundMe page.
I also want to talk about how you can help families and people in LA County. And I think the way to help is to find a direct contact with somebody who's been affected by the fires and give money to that person in particular. We're in a situation now where there are a lot of people who are taking advantage, opportunists who are taking advantage in a negative way of the situation here. So if you do want to help people, be very careful who you donate money to in support of these wildfire victims. There are going to be websites that are not real websites, and they're siphoning money away from the victims and into their own pockets. So I know we're ahead of the game here, but I want to talk about rebuilding your home.
We recommend that they call their mortgage company and they ask them if they could please open an escrow account. So that money from the dwelling portion of the insurance will be coming in. You'll sign it, you'll send it to your mortgage company. They will open up an escrow account for the amount that you owe on your mortgage. And they'll hold on to that and walk it through the rebuild process with you. That is their collateral on your home that's gone.
Okay, here's an interesting idea to get some financial relief to help rebuild your home. Small business administrative loans to homeowners who have lost their home in a presidentially declared disaster area. So you could qualify for an SBA loan even though you don't own a small business. This can be true for both renters and for homeowners. This money can go towards rebuilding your property. Renters also, you're going to have some costs to move. You're going to have to come up with a security deposit and first and last month's rent. That could be quite expensive. In order to qualify for an SBA loan, your home must be in a presidentially declared disaster area. The loan must be your primary home, and any monies that are borrowed cannot duplicate benefits that you've received from your insurance or other financial institutions. Newsom has signed an executive order suspending landmark environmental laws from CEQA and the Coastal Act around building and rebuilding in the state of California for victims of the wildfires.
California leads the nation in environmental stewardship. I'm not going to give that up, but one thing I won't give into is delay.
In this situation, the governor thinks it's necessary, and I have to agree. I think it's a good thing for people who want to rebuild these communities quickly, including the Palisades and Altadena and surrounding areas. If you can remain positive and keep a positive, upbeat attitude when you're speaking to the people on the other side of the phone. My dad always had a saying, you can catch more bees with honey than you can with vinegar. So do the best you can to try to stay optimistic and imagine that all the relief that you can receive will come your way. And I hope the best for everybody who's going through this situation, that they do find relief financially and are able to move through this quickly and begin to rebuild their lives.
When we all come together with the city, the state, the federal government, our nonprofit partners, when we work together, as you can see behind us here, anything is possible, and we will help you rebuild in a way that makes you stronger, Mayor.
We have a safe, and I don't know if it's burned, and it has all our family heirlooms in it. It's here.
Yeah.
Do you think it's intact?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Maybe. Let's go.
These were my daughter's earrings. Oh my God.
We're going to get it done, God willing. And I say to the people of Southern California, God bless you. Stay strong. Stay strong. We're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President, for everything.
My name is Jessica Pace. I'm a real estate professional here in Los Angeles County. Please reach out if you have any questions regarding real estate. That's my field of expertise. And if I can help in any way, I will.